Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome back to our coverage here. You can see there, Dignitas. Ooh, pimp. The BM. The BM, though, is real. Dignitas did win the knife round. And I'm sure they'll be electing to go CT. I never cast over the knife round, guys. It's pretty self-explanatory what happens. Knife goes into face, people die. Short intro. Yeah, I play a bunch of different games, guys. I feel like Dignitas should win this map. Exclusive zombie. I feel like Dignitas should win this map. It is their choice. And although Na'Vi did end up winning in the end, there were some sloppy plays there. So it was far from convincing from them. Although the same could be said from Dignitas, so I'm not sure how much you look into that. Shove it up your bum. Powen. Without the commercials and sponsors, bro, this league would not be happening. And this game would not be happening. So, please. Please. Honestly, guys, I don't have a favourite team. There's just certain players I like watching. I just want good CS. That's it. Alrighty. Either way, we have gone through the knife round. And we are now going to be on to the first round of Mirage. Pistol round. Last time around, Na'Vi did start on the CT side. So Dignitas could potentially have that go for them. What a one-tap from Nico into underpass. Seeds gets wrecked there from that. That's definitely going to put the halt on this push for now. Na'Vi just playing this one super slow, biding their time. Not showing anything just yet. And there's another one-tap to the forehead. This time it's Edward in almost an identical position. Underpass is the death zone, it would appear so far for Na'Vi. What a shot from Flamey, though. He's looking for a second and he connects it. That does give Na'Vi a chance to potentially get onto this site and plant the bomb, which could equate into AK-47s in round number 3. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Zeus hasn't dropped from the B-apps. He's still lurking. And then meanwhile, Guardian is trying to just cause as much interference as possible, and he has been successful in his job, but Zeus still hasn't planted. I thought that Guardian was going to be the bait, and then Zeus would get that bomb planted for the definite money going through. But instead, Zeus is throwing that smoke. He's going to go back to the site. He may very well get this plant anyway. So it doesn't really matter overall. And now he's in a 1v3. And, well, AZ instantly party poops with the headshot. And Dignitas pick up the first round. A bit of an odd play, though, from Zeus, I've got to say. Maybe he assumed there was still a CT, like, lurking on the site, like on short, maybe. And that was me thinking we were going to see some AK-47s in round number 3, but Na'Vi want to go for the jugular. They are hell-bent on destroying the economy of Dignitas and ruining their day here in round number 2. They're going for the set play on towards the A site. A tried and tested strat that pretty much every team has in their back pocket. It's going to be smokes over towards CT, boxes, stairs, jungle. Try and get the smoke screen. Try and push through and get that plant down. But the CTs are in fairly decent positions to fend this one off. And a lot of teams will just give up the site straight up and allow the team to get into position. No smoke is connected onto jungle though, which is pretty significant. And this will allow the CTs to get their crossfire down from there. It came a bit too late, I think. You can see the CTs are doing serious damage. And it will be a bomb plant down for Na'Vi. But they're not going to keep this round going forward. And honestly, a bomb plant when they force sport into that round, probably not worth. Only got 1 kill. So, an interesting tactic from Na'Vi. I can understand it. I just don't think the execution was quite there. So, 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. Well, actually 3 flashbangs. And they've gone for a few more as well. So, 5 flashbangs in total for Na'Vi. And 4 players strong, pushing ramp once more. Here comes a potential push through Palace and ramp. Almost a carbon copy of the last round. But this time, they also have Edward lurking through connector. He can spot some noise. He's going to get the frag. I don't think the FAMAS quite dropped into his hands, though, which is kind of unfortunate from his perspective. But it is another bomb plant, so Na'Vi For some of the woes they had in round number 2, they have made amends somewhat in round number 3. It is going to be another lost round, but hey, they got a plant and 2 kills. And effectively a few flashbangs and a couple P250s. Not too shabby at all. And with those couple bomb plants, they will have a very healthy buy here. Are they going to go for the AWP on Guardian is the question that I have in mind. And the answer is a yes. It is a resounding yes. Let's have a look at his spawn. A decent spawn for mid. So let's keep it on board with him. See if he goes for that cheeky peek towards mid. Windows. It's going to be connector instead. Oh, Nico. He walks right into the crosshairs of Guardian. He will oblige with that free frag. I think it's Pimp who comes down connector and picks up the AWP from his fallen comrade. And AZ, well, I think Zeus was totally flashed up there. He couldn't see a single thing. So nice little aggression play. And because the smoke was down on connector, they couldn't get the return frag comfortably either. So that was a very well played, well timed push from AZ to get the return kill. And with that kill coming back almost instantly, Na'Vi didn't get a chance to set themselves down and start to push towards a site together. They also have no flanker coming around mid this time, so it is going to be a very one-dimensional push on towards the A site itself. Smoke down onto ramp. It's going to stop the push for now. Does MSL realise there's a player? Well, now multiple players in the smoke. Flamey just lowers his aim and crushes 2 heads in quick succession. There's a third as well. He's looking for a 4th. It's Kyobi who goes for the peek, and Guardian finishes things off nicely from Na'Vi. What a play from Flamey. Having the presence of mind that a player could be pushing him and just slightly altering his aim. That's a lot harder to do than it looked, by the way. A hell of a lot harder. So, Dignitas, how are you going to react after being crushed by Flamey? He had a good performance on the first map as well. As seized. With the frag onto Kyobi, he was looking for the peek. Ooh, a scout shot onto Seized. He was tagged up pretty heavily in the previous confrontation. But still, that kill's pretty significant for the Dignitas. It stops that full-out push, and have they bit the bait too hard? AZ goes for the spray down through the smoke. Nothing's going to connect, but he also doesn't take any damage, so all things considered, Dignitas are pretty happy with that trade overall. Smoke stops the terrorists from pushing in for now, but Pimp is on top of the boxes. Well-timed push from him, and now Na'Vi are on the back foot. They still have that danger man of Guardian and Flamey, who has been just ridiculous these last couple rounds. Well, last couple maps, I guess you could say. AZ's dropped the bomb there. That's a pretty precarious position to have the bomb dropped as well. Flamey's just going to go straight up. He fears no man right now. Guardian's still behind him. 20 seconds. They may have half a mind just to save. Or maybe Flamey is bloodthirsty. He's hungry for more kills. He rushes in. How does he get that second kill? If he gets this plant as well, he's not going to. But if he'd got that plant, that would have been a train wreck for Dignitas. They are going to win this round, but at the cost of 4 lives. Na'Vi do lose, but that was very close. Also, apologies, guys, for me not putting the score up. My bad. Feel free to report me for being a scrubcaster. I'll understand. But as you can see there, 1-0 to Na'Vi. Won the first map. Nico scouting, once again, the jump scouts and Mirage, so potent, so deadly. Especially that Nico plays it. He's like super aggressive with this weapon. Again, the stack towards A with Edward playing the lurker role towards mid as well. This is what we see Na'Vi doing a lot on their T-strats towards A. Like, they constantly go for this. And it works. Edward somehow has like this sixth sense when it comes to pushing into connector and getting kills. MSL's in a great position, but still gets traded out from Guardian. I was absolutely sure that MSL was going to break the deadlock with a frag for Dignitas, and that kill could be so costly because now the CTs are so much more spread open, and Edward, the man, the danger man as I called in mid, has put down the hammer, and Guardian lands the shot through the toolbox onto Nico, and he drops. And Na'Vi with just a flurry of sick frags are going to pick up their second round. And Kobe is trying to save his M4. There's nothing else he can really do here. Can hear noise to his right hand side, so he's going to play safe. He's going to play smart. If Flamey pushes through, yeah, I was going to say surely he gets picked off. But now here comes the retaliation push from Na'Vi. They can afford to throw away a couple of these weapons. But Kobe, in fairness, he does hold on to this, and he should be able to survive as a player pushing just behind him, but he somehow survives with a split second to spare. He must have absolutely bricked himself there when the gunshot started coming up from behind him. A pimp goes for Kevlar, which is pretty interesting. MSL gets sprayed down from the Mac 10, so Na'Vi realising it's probably not going to have fantastic weaponry on the opposition, but Nico with the USP does vanquish Flamey, and Zeus now forces through onto the site, so it will be a third round for Na'Vi. It's just a question of how comfortable will this be, and 1 kill's worth. Plus the only player they lost was the Mac 10, so all things considered, not too bad at all. Vac. Yeah, Guardians had a couple of Vac moments in this game. And by Vac, I don't actually think he's cheating. Calm down. I said that before, and like, I got 15, 20 people like, oh my god, this caster thinks he cheats, but what a spray down from Flamey. It is on an eco round, so I can't get too carried away about this. You're expecting Na'Vi to pretty confidently take this round down, but still Flamey. Just goes to show this guy's aim is on point. I know people talk about Na'Vi, it's typically, you know, the star player of Guardian. Everyone talks about how fantastic Guardian's AWPing is, and that's definitely true. But I think Flamey is somewhat of an unsung hero on the team. Great spray control, albeit on an eco. And now Dignitas are back with a very healthy buy-up. They got everything you could wish for on Mirage. So no excuses here from the Danes. But look at Guardian spawn. Pretty much as good a spawn as you're going to get. Again, he goes for connect, and Nico has tried to spot out from this position a couple times, so Guardian not going for the straight up window shot. But that flashbang will push Nico back. And Guardian not opting to peek earlier, so he will miss out on that frag. And Na'Vi have lost the first player in this round as well. Good positions from the CTs. No reason for them to move from here. They've got little information on the board, and these are pretty much perfect positions, honestly. This is textbook from Dignitas. They've given up mid control to an extent, but there's no huge worry about this just yet. Oh, AZ. This could be an issue. AZ spins just to find the barrel of that AK pointing at him. And Zeus keeps pulling that trigger until it goes click, click, click. So Na'Vi now have brought this back to a 4-on-4. 40 seconds. And whereas before I said Dignitas don't have to move, now they do. They need the information. And they do get it in the form of spotting Edward and picking him off in mid-windows. 30 seconds now. Na'Vi, they pretty much have to go for this B play. You can see 3 players stacked through. Sees is taking point for his team. They need him to get an entry right now. Kaibi down on the benches. Is going to get the headshot through the wall onto Zeus. He didn't know what hit him, but Guardian with 2 kills back. It's down to a 2-on-2. There's 12 seconds on the timer, and the bomb has been planted. Maybe Na'Vi can bring Dignitas down to their knees once more. MSL spots a player to his right-hand side, but there's Guardian, ever present with the AWP. He's going to connect the first shot. Is he going to get the second one? Not quite, but he knows he's low. Throws out the grenade. 8 HP on Nico, and all the pressure is on Nico. He has no defuse kit, and Guardian will clutch it out in the 1v2. 4 frags. And all 4 of his frags as well were in a 2v4 scenario. It was him pretty much sealing the deal for Na'Vi once more. 5 rounds to 4. And you can see how brutal that is for Dignitas. They went ham into that round with weapons. And now they have a dual Beretta. Well, I suppose it's plural, isn't it? Dual Berettas. The dualies. And a few P250s to play with. MSL is going to get the upper hand onto C's though, from a position that we've seen him stand in a couple of times. And Na'Vi, they're taking heavy casualties. AZ is in a position he could do more damage. Kyobi on the cross. Gets one in retaliation. It's going the way of Dignitas right now with these dual Berettas firing on finally. Pimp does get the frag and Zeus seals it up. But if you contextualize that into this game, Dignitas just pulled off a sick round. 4 kills and like a flat out eco. Not bad at all. And they are a team that clawed it back on the first half of Overpass as well, right? They were 8-1 behind. So we know these guys have great resilience, great tenacity. They can bounce back from huge deficits. That's a hell of a shot from Nico as well. Guardian jumping up and jumping to his doom. Kyobi can hear noise to his direct left-hand side as he was pushing back and will get the headshot. This is a good start from Team Dignitas. Kyobi's low and so is Nico, however. So again, they can't take their foot off the accelerator. They've got to keep this one locked down. There are reinforcements coming on to the B site. Smart play from Dignitas. No point leaving this site too sparse in terms of manpower. Flaming through apps. We've seen this guy's spray has been phenomenal today. And he has added another notch to that belt. Picking off the head of AZ. 2v3 now in favour of Na'Vi. That Molotov is going to really hamper Dignitas' efforts to push through. And I think they've pretty much given up on this. Just 3 flashbangs and 1 defuse kit between the two of them. It's a smarter play to save up. If they can get some exit frags as well, then all power to Dignitas, but Na'Vi will still be very happy with how this half is going. What do you guys reckon? Do you believe in Dignitas? I want to see you guys in chat. Do you believe in Dignitas pulling this one back? Or do you think maybe it's slipping too far away from them? I'm still optimistic that Dignitas can claw this back. But it's getting to that point now where they're running out of lifelines, I feel, anyway. This is a map that I think is deceptively close. It is definitely CT-sided, there's no doubting that. But I don't think it's massively CT-sided. That's a lot of no's. It's a lot of people saying no. Okay. I hear you loud and clear. I hope from a neutral's perspective they can drag this back and take us to a third map. Well, here comes AZ. He's trying to answer the prayers of the Dignitas fans right now with a couple of kills. He is top fragging with 11 and 9, but Edward is going to catch Nico totally off guard, who's looking up into Palace. So you had MSL and Nico both looking into Palace? I'm not sure, guys. I feel like that was a real poor play. It's easy, of course, to look from my perspective, but it seems like maybe a lack of communication between the two players there on Dignitas. And again, a round where you think Na'Vi should be snuffed out, they're somehow back in an even scenario with the potential to get this bomb planted, and then again, the CTs are in a horrific position. They do have a lot of grenades to play with, though, so Molotov has smoked a couple flashbangs and a couple HEs. Nice shot from Edward, and that pretty much seals it up. Pimp is coming round the back, however, and he gets picked off. And Na'Vi do take down their 8th round. They call me a defuse kit because I last 5 seconds. Wow. I'm glad you felt confident enough to tell us in chat there, buddy. AZ again. The guy is playing really well for Dignitas. I kind of feel a bit sorry for him. He's been doing his job. He's been doing work with the M4. As he did on Overpass as well, but no one's really supporting him just yet. Kyobi now in a good position to spray down a couple of players. It's Pimp that just nabs that one from underneath him. Nice headshot, though, onto Seized. Again, though, how many times have we seen Dignitas in a hugely advantageous position, and then suddenly Na'Vi just come back and win it, and Guardian is doing it again? Edward! I thought he was going to get knifed at first. Nico opting for the scope instead. No bad mana was found on that day, but Guardian, we've already seen him get an ace today. We've already seen him get a 4-man and clutches. But Nico should have the upper hand. The shot was missed. And to be fair, even if that shot landed, there was a player pushing through kitchens. They were going to get around the side of him anyway. So maybe this is the start of something special from Dignitas. The sad news for them, though, is best case scenario, they still finish this half behind. Here comes the fast push from Dignitas, and I can respect this. Things aren't going well when they're playing passive, so why not mix it up? Why not go for the aggression? Fight fire with fire. Problem is, though, they then push through connector without any cover at all through mid. No cover from window because it was smoked. And no flashes to deter the terrorists. So Edward gets a free pick there. Christmas came early for him. Minute to play with. And I think MSL is probably going to be a key integral part of this hold. He's by himself at the back of the site towards the CT boxes. And he's not going to get anything for his troubles. He falls down and so does A. As a result, the bomb will be planted pretty shortly. From Guardian, who has 16 HP. Kyobi is waiting for his teammate to push in. Nico's taking quite a while. He does have the AWP, however, so maybe it's going to be worth the wait. Guardian peeking from the boxes. Teammate of Nico has just fallen down. Here come the flashes, the smokes. Everything is thrown in from Nico. And he's going to get picked from Guardian. And Dignitas on their final round of this half. They are forced onto pretty horrific weapons. A Mag 7... it can work, an XM auto shot, it can work as well. I'm expecting at least one of these weapons to maybe go into Palace. Or maybe close on Tetris, something like that. Yeah, MSL's taking the Mag 7 towards ramp, I think. He's actually pushing through. And he gets a kill as well for free. No health was lost from him. Looking for the second frag, he connects it. And maybe the mag was the way to go all along. He has been put down, though, from Edward with authority. The headshot through the wall. And Pimp is in position to strike with the auto shotgun. 7 shells of pure mayhem and fury. Potentially coming up right here, right now. Can he position himself and peek at the right moment? There's the first and a second as well. He will get picked off, and now it's Kyobi round the back of Guardian. Misses his spray, but finally gets the kill. And gives Dignitas a small hope, a small glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe they can bring this back, but they're going to need the pistol round. The pistol round is of paramount importance. I just thought for a second when he missed his opportunity there, Kobe, on the first time of asking, that Guardian was just like spin round and insta shoot him with the AWP. I had this horrible feeling. Not to be the case. And Dignitas are not going to be going for a set play like Na'Vi did onto A. There's going to be 3 players pushing up. Probably through underpass. I'd imagine this is going to be underpass through connector. So kind of a delayed set play onto A. A different approach to a very similar tactic. Smoke through mid, but Edward can still spot a couple pixels of AZ, and that's going to be enough to maybe drive them out. That's a nice frag from Pimp. And a second as well. Very nicely started from Dignitas. On their T side, Pimp is hungry for more frags. He's looking to seal this one up, and he does just that with the USP. Great round from the Danes. So we're going to see SMGs across the board for Dignitas. Mixed match of weaponry. A couple of assault rifles, a couple of MP7s and a UMP thrown in for good measure. 4 spies you'd expect from Na'Vi. Including Zeus very aggressively pushing into Palace with a 5-7. He gets picked off. But that information could be pretty crucial for the CTs. Well, that was pretty much dependent on them not losing any more players. As soon as they lose another 2, it doesn't matter. You can have all the information in the world you want. If it's a 5v2, post-plant scenario with no defuse kit and no grenades other than a flashbang, it simply doesn't matter. Regardless, though, it is going to be a save here from Na'Vi with their scout and CZ. CZ does connect the first shot. I don't think he's going to get a chance at the second there. There's no reason for Dignitas to go chasing, honestly. They do get the kill and get the scout as well. It's going to be CZ and Kevlar for Edward, surviving through to the 18th round now. We saw Dignitas, when they were in these similar positions on Overpass, they would go for like a full-on stack on a site. I'm curious to see if Na'Vi will go for a similar tactic. Were they just going to play standard and assume that maybe their pistol aim is good enough? No, it is going to be a stack towards B. 5 players strong, but again, Dignitas are opting for the A push, so this stack isn't going to work. They had double boost on boxes. That's sweaty. That is some serious sweat right there from Na'Vi. Not going to work out for them, though. They're about to be informed. The bomb has been planted on the A site. They collectively facepalm and sigh. Ace is pretty low. Pimp was tagged up as well, as is MSL, but they're still getting the frags. And Dignitas are in a position where they can easily just trade out these weapons for AK-47s anyway, so it's not that much of an issue if they do lose these SMGs, to be fair. And they're only going to lose 1, so Na'Vi now will have a buy-up of sorts if they want it. Yeah, M4s across the board. That does mean no AWP on Guardian, though. So Dignitas have the advantage in the sense that they do have an AWP. It's Nico who has this AWP, and he's pushing towards ramp right here with it. No one's home just yet. No one's bothering to peek him. That's smart from Na'Vi, realising, look, we don't have any defuse kits. We don't have that many grenades to play with. If we give a free pick, that is curtains. That is awful. Play to our strengths. Our strengths right now is crossfire for Na'Vi. Dignitas the 1-3-1 approach, but it seems like it could be a B push through short from them. Nico's taking point with that AWP. He's looking for the pick and does connect it onto Edward. He spotted a second player and will convert that into a frag as well. Great start from Dignitas. This is just what the doctor ordered for them. After a really rough first half, it has to be said, and a 1-0 deficit after Overpass, they needed a solid start on their T side, and that has been the case thus far. I'm pretty much writing the CTs out of this round. I can't see Na'Vi even attempting to go for this defuse. They just want to save these weapons. What is the score? It is 1-0. K-Lugton? Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, dude. 1-0, it says at the top right of your screen, to Na'Vi. 16-10 was the first score on Overpass. A lot of you guys wrote Dignitas off when I asked you, do you think Dignitas can pull this back? All I saw was no's. It's still early days. There's still every chance that Na'Vi will start to build a head of steam here and things can quickly get out of control again. But the early signs are looking good on the T side from Dignitas. And that's another opening pick onto Guardian. It was another full buy-up from Na'Vi. Round losses coming in thick and fast. Ed with a beautiful flashbang. Looks for a second frag. Onto Delpan, but that smoke is enough to choke on. There's no chance of him getting that spray. Still no. Okay. Well, C-Star shut down Pimp, who just got flashed over and over again. Couldn't see anything. And Nico gets caught with his flashbang out, but in many ways, what's even worse about that frag is that the bomb has been dropped slap bang in the middle. Which means that, well, all the pressure suddenly shifts heavily onto Dignitas because they really didn't have much utility to smoke across their push to pick up the bomb. and then aggress onto a site. Did I say Delpan? Great banter. I derp, guys. Report me. It happens, dudes. It happens. I'm sorry. Zeus isn't sorry, though. On Ninja Spot is going to pick himself up a frag, and Dignitas are trying to retaliate back onto this one through connector, but MSL's caught in 2 minds because he realizes there's no smoke on short, which leaves him so vulnerable pushing up the connector. And it's down to Nico again. He's a guy that was on a mission on Overpass. He's currently top fragging again with 19 for 11. You can see there that the other top fragger is Guardian, surprise, surprise, with 21 frags. You already reported me. I cry every time. Nico playing this one confidently. He's going right through to B. Calling correctly that it's likely that Na'Vi would stack 1 mid, 1 A. "32 seconds. Of course, it's so easy from our perspective to see, like, just push B and plant it, but he needs to be careful. He can't afford to just rush on the site, because for all he knows, someone's camping on the site itself. Now he realizes that's not the case. This is really going to come down to timing. He's heard Guardian. He misses the shot. Guardian quickly aborting with his previous decision to go for the full push. And in doing so, Nico was caught between a rock and a hard place. He gets sprayed down from Guardian as he tries to turn. And the bomb will be defused from Na'Vi. What's the economy looking like? Oh, it's not great for Dignitas. They can buy, but it's not going to be fantastic. It's going to be with a Guardian. A Guardian? No, a Galil's the word I was looking for. He did indeed get sandwiched. The Eunice, that's true. It is a true statement, I cannot deny. Na'Vi with a set play. Here come the flashes and the smokes from Dignitas, not Na'Vi. It's all up to Na'Vi to try and fend this off, and they're doing just that with 3 quick-fire frags. Flamey at the back of CT box just sprays down. And that force buy completely decimated from Dignitas. And they're putting a lot of eggs into that basket as well. You can see them meticulously lining up for the set piece. And then in a matter of seconds, it just got obliterated from Na'Vi. Now on to another eco. So we had 4 rounds back to back for Dignitas and suddenly 3 quick fire rounds for Na'Vi. Again, seized up on the little box there. On the barrel, I should say. Does get himself the frag. And, well, this is pretty much a write-off round for Dignitas. They weren't expecting anything from this. Dual Beretta is just tapping away. And Nico just spotted his player getting picked off. He knows there's a player on short. Can he get the kill? Not looking likely. Edward gets it with the last bullet in the magazine. And our Dignitas have to go back to the drawing board and just figure out what's going wrong. The A pushes haven't been that successful. We've seen this when the set pieces come down. Na'Vi know exactly where to pre-fire through the smokes. I feel like Dignitas are having a lot more luck when they're going through mid and B. And it looks like this is going to be a B play right here, right now. This mitigates the prowess to an extent of Guardian. But it is going to play into the hands of Seized, who's boosted up on there. There's 2 shots. He's looking for a third. He's got the third as well. And even though he falls down, job well and truly done. Take a bow, Seized. The bomb is going to get planted from Dignitas. Is the hold going to be strong enough? Maybe there's another chapter to be written here from the Danes. It's suddenly a 1-on-2. AZ has been one of the standout players from Dignitas. There's no other player you'd probably want in this scenario. But he's being forced from both sides. And there's the dual Berettas this time from Flamey. And the defuse. And what C started, Flamey finished off. That bomb plant will allow Dignitas to get AKs and full grenades, though, or by and large full grenades. They're not going to have a Molotov necessarily, but smokes are going to be in, and you can see it's a healthy buy once more. There's me saying, yeah, go B. You don't have to worry about Guardian. Well, you still have to worry about C's. Hello. Na'Vi, it's an interesting buy up there, bros. Four ups and an auto sniper. So that just happened. And C's is the first to die. So let's see if the long-range enemy at the gate style approach works for Na'Vi, or if it's going to backfire horrifically. Zeus has something to say about this as he chimes in, but there's Kaibi with 2 beautiful frags. He gets them cleanly, but Edward from jungle uses his AWP and gives Na'Vi the 15-10. So maybe we are going to see the 16-10 again. That was the score of the first map. And this is quickly going the same way. They're not going to go for the full ops and auto snipers this time. I don't think they could actually afford. Well, maybe they could have scraped it together if they wanted to go last cannon. So Dignitas once again pushing onto the site, but it's the same issue that they're facing off against, that Na'Vi just know how to repel this push. Yes, they're getting real estate, yes, they're getting frags, but it's all about the retake. This is only half the trouble from a T's perspective, forcing onto A site. And now the shots are coming in from CT. There's got 2 players CT, 1 connector, 1 jungle. And they don't have fantastic grenades either to hold off this push. It's all on Pimp. He lines them up, but he gets knocked down. Na'Vi will take the 16-10 2 maps consecutively. Another deserved winners in this best of 3. Pretty interesting game in the end. There were some huge plays from both teams, but Na'Vi's brilliance just shone through at the end, and Dignitas did look a bit sloppy at places. That being said, guys, going to outro, and then we'll jump back into some music.